This is Steve Heffron from the Healthy Back Institute. As co-founder of the Healthy Back Institute and been working with the Healthy Back Institute for 10 years now, it's been our mission to try and help individuals identify resources and products to help them overcome the challenges of back pain and virtually all types of back pain. And so one of the things that happens is that we have a lot of companies send us products, ideas for services, and it has been my job to assemble, review, use, and assess to see whether the product is of quality, easy to use, and most importantly, effective. And there are certain situations where we have products that are exceptional. And I believe this to be one of those exceptional products. And that's why I wanted to take the time today to introduce you to this product. Now, we know that it works for bulging disc, herniated disc, spinal stenosis, spondylolisthesis, arthritis, degenerative disc disease, virtually all forms of back pain that spinal decompression can help. Now, there are a few conditions that people shouldn't use this. And I say conditions, but I'm talking about people who have had fusions or rods or screws been put in place. For those individuals who have had, you'll see in a second that it's going to go right at the hip, total hip replacements, you might want to ask your physician as to whether this is appropriate for you to use. It doesn't exclude you, so what I'm asking is it appropriate for that particular person to use? So, as a home spinal decompression device, I believe its success lies in the fact that, well, your condition was a process in its development, and your recovery will be a process. And the key thing about this device is that it is so simple to use. And it's the consistency of use, because it's simple, is its #1 benefit. Watch. So here I am, this is sitting here, come up, get into it, boom, I'm using it. It's that easy. So if I can show you how to adjust the device, and I can tell you that it's going to be of benefit to you, there's no reason why this shouldn't be part of your repertoire. So let me show you a few of the adjustments. And another thing I like about it is it does have a lot of adjustments. Okay, first, this is the hip belt. And so we want to go right above, right at the waistline, right at the belt line. I like to adjust it as close to the frame as possible to allow yourself to come as far into it as possible. The idea being that the more you go down, the more stretch or more elongation or more decompression that you'll get. Second, there is a height adjustment. The height is going to be, the height adjustment is going to be specific to your height. I can't tell you specifically where to place it, but understanding that I want you to experiment with different settings, different positions, different heights, because it will create different angles, and the different angles of pull can help in many different ways. Moving forward, there is an adjustment for width. You know, my shoulders are pretty wide, so I have it set out the widest setting. One of the things when you're setting the shoulders that you want the back of you want your tricep to go pretty much parallel or a little bit out, and you want to be able to put pressure onto the back of your upper arm and not necessarily getting pressure on your shoulder. So if you can get it positioned where you're in here comfortably and you're putting pressure on the back of the arm versus the shoulder, you're in the right position. Then simply gripping the device and coming forward. I like to bend my knees just a little bit, come forward, come forward, come forward, right? So that's its use. One of the things we like to have people do is to start slowly. This device is designed to stretch the ligaments of the vertebrae and to create space between each vertebrae and allow the disc matter or any separation or anything that's irritating the nerve. And if we can do that, boom, we're good. Really, the difference between being in pain and not being in pain, meaning taking that irritant off the nerve, is millimeters. In some cases, 1 millimeter of movement can be the difference between pain and not pain. And that's what this device does. It creates separation, which allows the disc matter to be drawn back in and taking the pressure off the nerve. So its usage, we recommend that you start slow, 30 seconds to 1 minute, 1 time a day for like the first week. Going into the second week, you might use it 1 minute, 1 to 2 times a day. And then after 2 weeks, you'll be fairly accommodated to it, and you'll be able to go, 3 to 6 minutes multiple times a day, or to tolerance. Now understand that tolerance means, how do you feel while you're doing it? How do you feel that night? And how do you feel the next morning? Because in some cases, stretching sometimes can create an irritation, and we don't want to overdo it, right? So if you're feeling good, keep on doing what you're doing. If you feel like you create a little bit of irritation, stop, skip it for the day, skip it for 2 days, and then come back to it as you're feeling better. Again, in 10 years, this is probably one of my favorite devices, and I can't say enough about it. Now, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to, and I give you permission to email us. You can go to the upper right-hand corner, you'll see the Contact Us tab, fill out the form, create an email. I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. Or feel free to call us direct at 1-800-216-4908. I'm Steve Heffron, and I look forward to hearing of your success.